Welcome to Tangent Talks.
Hello.
How's everybody doing?
Mine?
Bye.
Mine?
All right.
Bye.
I like
You want me? You want,
Hold on.
We didn't start yet.
Well, we're recording now, so whatever happens, happens.
mine?
Mine.
I don't have the good voice for intros. Somebody else is gonna have to do it.
Graffy, you sound like someone's like tickling your balls.
Yeah, I get too excited. I get it like halfway through, and I start to realize what I'm doing, and I'm like, this is too fun.
Guys, this bar in Toronto it's called Real Sports. It's fucking insane.
Okay.
So let's go. Let's go into a topic that I've been mulling over since the last podcast.
Wait, we never did an intro.
Yeah.
Olsen, quit fucking derailing the podcast. There's
Mine?
been like 5 times we've started, and you've been like, wait, stop. Welcome to Tangent Talks, the podcast that blows but hopefully grows on you. How's everybody doing?
Doing good, Josh. How are you?
Very well, David.
I don't like that you said our podcast blows. I'm offended.
You know
Well-
what? This podcast does blow,
You can fuck up.
Guess what? You can't handle the truth.
and I'm gonna give you a reason why, and I've been mulling this over all week. We've been debating the issue of whether or not to go with last names in this podcast, and I really feel that if we do, I'll have to censor myself.
So then you could be held accountable as a reasonable person.
We want to come on here and talk about the awful shits we take, and we want to come on here and talk about crazy sex scenarios that have happened to us. We have masturbation as a future topic. How can I talk about that and then go into work and look at my female boss in the eye after
your
she heard
wife.
me talking about?
If she
Oh,
hears
no.
this,
Yeah, come
Let's
on
be
now.
realistic. She's not listening to the podcast.
she's not gonna listen to this. Unless we get really famous, super famous,
Then we don't need to go back to work.
super. Yeah, then you're done. Quit right there.
Just
We're
wrote it
gonna
down
talk-
right there.
Look
Make
her
it
Then you
Yeah.
can talk about her actually.
Look her dead in the eye. Say, yeah, I masturbate.
What about your boss's coffee?
Yes,
That was
please
not my
elaborate.
boss.
Yeah.
Yeah,
let's
tell
hear
us
it.
so.
That was not my boss. No, it was the CFO of the company I was auditing.
Oh, I
He
love it.
He set it down on the desk. I picked it up. I drank out of it.
Wait, so
He
you
went to grab-
didn't realize it was yours? Is that what it was?
No, it was his. I thought it was mine, and then I realized that mine was sitting on the floor by my foot. And then
Did he even have
was
the same
like,
kind of cup as you?
Yeah, it was the exact same. They were paper cups.
He
Alright,
probably
well,
just stared at you like you are an idiot.
He looked.
But he drank it.
confused.
He drank it though after, didn't he?
Yeah, he went and filled it up and kept
Spoilers.
drinking out of it. Because I went to fill mine up, and he came with me.
Hey, little germs ain't gonna kill nobody. Doesn't matter if you drink after someone.
So how does he know you don't have herpes of the mouth?
Yeah.
Well, how do I know that he doesn't have herpes of the mouth?
Yeah,
That's
that
why he
too.
drank.
Exactly.
So I mean, so where do we stand on the last name thing? I vote no.
I vote. I don't care. So no is fine with me.
Yeah, I'm leaning
No, I mean, you just called me Deck, but I can deal with Deck, and it's a.
That's your first name.
I
That's
feel
a-
like Deck is fine.
I think they should be in there. Because none of us are gonna pay attention enough to what we say not to accidentally call you Joshy sometimes and call you Grafton other times.
Yeah, that's true. I call you Grafton a lot.
It's just how we address each other.
True.
Whoops.
How about we just don't talk about ridiculous things?
No,
Like,
that's not on.
That's
Yeah,
derailing this podcast.
That's what this podcast is.
You could talk about
True,
ridiculous
also
things without
true.
incriminating yourself.
Our Twitter bio is smart guys talking about stuff, mostly dumb stuff. It's gonna get rated R on here real quick. It already has today. For all you listeners out there, we tweeted a link to the podcast that we released last week. We're at Tangent Talks on Twitter. You can get a hold of us through email at tangenttalkspodcast@gmail.com, and you can search for us on YouTube by searching Tangent Talks. By the way, Dirko, what did you use as the video for our podcast on
A
YouTube?
repeating video of my adorable pug.
Oh.
no.
He's gonna make other loops. He's gonna do other loops though. It's not gonna be one loop
No,
the entire
listen.
time.
Listen, no one likes.
I mean, a lot of people like pugs right now.
Hot take on
They're
Pugs.
pretty big right now.
Listen, specifically his pug, who's mean.
Oh, so
Okay, they don't know his pug.
Edgar's not mean.
He's
just-
rambunctious.
I don't know. He keeps,
Actually, he's really not mean. He's just a dick. He
He's
doesn't
just
know
not
he's being a
really-
dick.
he
Yeah,
keeps
he's not
coming at me even though I
intelligent.
explicitly told him that I was allergic to him. So I mean, he just straight up didn't listen.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we chased you around with peanut butter because we know you're allergic to it.
Oh, don't tell the listeners my deathly secret.
Some angry listener is gonna assault you with peanut butter.
Damn, they all know how to kill me now.
Yeah,
They're really
but
gonna fling peanut butter at you.
well, you know what? They couldn't kill you if you had your Horcruxes set up, so
Or if you actually went and buy another EpiPen.
he can't afford it.
You can't.
I'll just take preventive
Just like
measures.
just
We'll
like
just
the
take
nose
extra
job
Benadryl
and
every
the
morning,
hair,
just in case.
the hair removal.
Hey, dude. Okay, listen. That I shared my laser hair removal with you guys in confidence. Okay, I didn't get it. I want to get it, but now that my bonus got cut, I don't know when I'm gonna get it.
Now you can share it in confidence with the podcast listeners.
Oh well, it looks like I didn't. Josh did.
Oh,
Did you really put a loop of Edgar as
Yeah.
the video?
Oh,
yeah,
he's got it made.
It's already made. It'll be uploaded after we record this.
Why?
please write us an email. Tell him stop.
Tell him pugs are ugly, and we don't. And it does not make any sense to have that on the podcast.
Hashtag stop pugs 2K16.
Well, my plan is here.
Yes.
Every week when we upload the podcast, I'm going to put it on YouTube with a random loop of video playing behind it. And it just happened to be my dog was standing next to me, so I recorded him. It's convenient.
Oh bullshit!
Random.
All right, can the next video after that be me doing my hair?
Sure. Just record it and send it to me.
I would really like that.
This podcast is
Hey. Do we want everyone to know what we look like? We should get the ski mask, like I've been saying.
All right, now.
I have a ski mask.
We're not
I have
a
one somewhere.
podcast of terrorists. We don't need to. What topics did this illustrious panel bring to the table today?
I did want to follow up with something from the last podcast.
All right, go ahead.
Joshua,
All right.
you said you were very afraid of the Zika virus.
I don't believe I used the words "very afraid." I said it was.
I believe his
He's
words were
terrified.
terrified.
I said it was a real concern, and it forced a conversation between me and my wife, who both of us want kids in the future. We just had a conversation like this could affect us
All
one
right,
day.
so here's some research here.
Very.
It's a trap.
It's a tar.
Alright, so this is Zika virus is something. It's been around for a long time. It's just newer to this area. It's been in the over in the Pacific, more or less. But it recently came to Brazil. It's really hard to tell how many people actually had it because it's extraordinarily mild. Like most people don't even show symptoms. But it's estimated between 1.5 million, as low as 500,000, were infected with it in 2015. But the reason why this brought up this big scare is they had a spike in the cases of microcephaly, which is the birth defect it's linked to.
Well, that's what we're all afraid of, really. I mean, we're not going to get malaria. I mean, nobody really cares about the virus itself. Nobody wants to have a tiny
Yeah,
head
so
little
what the
baby.
birth defect does is it causes malformation of the baby's head, and it causes a lot of brain damage because their brain will still be the same size, but their skull won't be, and all sorts of issues. But of the 500,000 to 1.5 million people infected, there were 3,500 cases of this birth defect. That is far below 1%. It's an extraordinarily small number compared to 500,000.
Yeah, I guess when you compare it to like the rates of autism and stuff like that, it's really pretty mild.
And then, this only is even a slight risk if you get it while you're pregnant. Not before you're pregnant, and it only stays in your system about 7 days.
How come there aren't people spouting this on?
Because scaring people drives up ratings.
No.
It's the only reason why.
Since when?
So if you are pregnant right now, maybe you'd be a little bit worried about it. But if you're worrying about in 5 years from now, if you get Zika virus once, you're immune to it in the future, and you won't have any effects. It only affects you if you get it while you're pregnant.
Yeah, well, I was watching the Fox News, and they told me Obama did this.
Well, he did.
So there's absolutely nothing for you to be afraid of.
Thank you. I feel much better now. I can honestly say that I
So
feel.
are you saying that his wife should get it?
I mean,
Now?
yeah. Or I mean, there'll probably be a vaccine if it starts spreading throughout the U.S.
Or the odds are that she never gets it.
Yeah.
Then you can happily have your children that you want right now.
I don't want them right now. Don't ever say that again. You shut your filthy mouth.
Being infected with Zika only lasts about 7 days, and at worst, you get a little bit of a rash and a very mild fever. That's about it.
Well, she's had a fever for 3 days now. She's thrown up blood for 2 days, and she's on like 3 different prescriptions right now.
But you know what you should be afraid of? Ebola.
You know what I'll tell you to be afraid of? And I ran into these 2 guys. Since she got sick Monday, I came home from work Tuesday, and she said, "Can you go pick up my prescription?" So I said, "Yeah, I'll go pick it up." I'm walking out my door of my apartment. There's 2 dudes standing outside my door. 2 young guys, probably a year or 2 younger than us. Early 20s, late teens, early 20s. Wearing regular clothes, wearing coats, of course. It's cold out. They're standing there outside my door. So I say, "Can I help you?" You know, I'm like ready to swing because I just like opened my door and they're in my face. So I'm like, my heart's thumping. I'm like, what's going on? And they said, they take a step back, which made me feel a little bit better. And they said, "We're with the electric company. We need to see a copy of your bill and your ID."
No, that's bullshit.
What?
And that's what they said. And I'm so like taken aback. I'm like, "Okay, do you want me to go grab my bill?" And then the one guy, you know, I'm bigger than these 2 guys. They were small guys. And the one guy looks at the other one and says, "No, man, he's on his way out. We'll come back later." So I didn't think anything of it. Left my wife in the house. Went to get her prescription. But I sat in the car for a minute and watched them. And they did go door to door, kept knocking on people's doors, saying the same thing. Now, when I left the parking lot, I looked and there was no electric company van or truck.
No, they were trying to get your account information so they could fucking try to steal your credit card.
I agree.
Most likely.
Either that or
Or they
there's
were going to
actually
stab you with a knife.
No, there's actually
No, they looked afraid of me physically.
there are stories of people will go around pretending to be from a security company and ask you if you want a system upgrade, and if you go, oh, we don't have it, your house marked.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, that's one of the
But
oldest ones in the book.
they caught me so off guard walking out the door that I thought, yeah, I'll give it to him right now. But then when I got in my car, I'm like, wait a minute, this doesn't feel right. Why the heck? They needed to see a copy of my bill and my ID. They said because so they could confirm that I still live there.
Oh,
Yeah, and then when I got in my car and sat there and watched them walking around, I was thinking, that's not right. Why would they ever have to do that? Why couldn't they call me? They have my account information.
I'd have alerted them to the authorities.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure someone did because they weren't back. They weren't here when I came back. And I told my wife not to answer the door if anybody came to it. So
Oh, she probably did. She probably gave them everything.
Yeah, they probably got your social security number.
You
Credit
need my
card.
husband's social security? All right.
do you want his birth certificate?
The day he lost his virginity?
Here's his Netflix password.
Oh no, that's just over the line. That's punishment.
that's
I would.
it.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
probably for divorce.
That's my horror story of the week. Declan, what happened to you?
Well, today I actually discovered that we're getting our bonuses at the end of February, and of course I've been super psyched for this. I actually declared March Treat Yourself Month.
Treat yourself.
Now,
I
is this a
had-
Christmas bonus or is this like a?
No, this is profit sharing.
Oh, nice.
And our target, we have a target percentage. It's a percentage of your salary that you get depending on how long you've been there, what level of employee you are. So when they told me my percentage, I was figuring out what that percentage of my yearly salary was, and actually it was yesterday I learned that it is a percentage of what you made in 2015.
That's rough.
So I started working in June, so what I was expecting and what I'm getting was just sliced in half.
Yeah, that
So I've
hurts.
had to make drastic changes to my absolutely insane plans. I mean, I was going to get laser hair removal. I was going to get a gold chain. I was going to get several watches. I'm just going to keep going before you guys drill me about the laser hair removal.
Okay.
Oh, we're
yeah.
getting to that. Don't worry,
You
we
were
got-
never gonna buy any of those things.
Yes, I will.
You were way too cheap.
No, I will.
I mean, you can still buy those things.
Okay, laser hair removal is a necessity. Okay.
Where are you getting laser hair removal at, Deck?
It's down the road. It's literally, I go down the road
Oh,
2 minutes,
no,
turn
no.
right. Okay.
I don't care about the place you're going. I care about the place you're getting the hair removal. I mean, if you're paying for hair removal, this must be the bush of the century. If you're paying for hair removal,
Well, it's not for me. It's for this chick. No. Why don't you guys all take a guess on where I'm getting it?
probably your chest or your back, Sasquatch.
Pubes. Oh my
Oh,
god.
wait, is this seriously your pubes?
Pubes is fine.
Oh,
Lower back.
No!
It's like a German helmet down there.
It's from my back, you
Definitely
savages! Oh my lord!
Your
So your
back.
back's fine.
your back
Oh
is.
no, it's not. No, it's not. I'll tweet a picture at Tangent Talks. All right.
You should probably do that. You should definitely do that.
My feet are hairier than your back.
No, well that's because I shaved my back.
Oh, that's rough.
So
How
I'm
do you
just-
even do that? You go sit on the edge of the tub and have Mike shave it.
Listen, we're gonna need a YouTube channel if I want to describe how I shave my back because I need diagrams and demonstrations.
Diagrams.
You can tweet that stuff. You can tweet that out for the listeners.
No, I would basically I would dangle the razor, like the end of the razor would be on my fingertips, and I would just try to get every little scrap that I could.
Like going like that, so it's probably really good at the top of your back, but then it kind of fades down to the middle of your back.
He has no idea, but if we look at his back, there's probably scars all over it.
For me dangling razor blades of it.
You should get.
He's got it on the edge of a toothbrush back there, reaching back with it.
Yeah, is there such thing as an extension for
There
razor?
are. I researched this when I was about 18, 19.
Oh, of course you did.
There are it's almost like a back scratcher, but it's
Why don't you get it? That'd probably work really
It
well.
was actually at least when I researched it, it was still in like prototype phase, and it was like a couple of $100 for a hunk
What?
of plastic. Yeah, so I was just like, I can handle this on my own. Like I'm.
So here's a prototype for you. Why don't you mount a razor to the wall?
It's actually a dog.
Look at the dog.
Shave your back on it like Baloo from the Jungle Book. Just rub your back on it like you're rubbing like a big blue bear on a tree.
You should make it
My
interesting and just put like a straight blade on it. Ooh.
Yeah, but how are you supposed to rinse it?
My
How are you
dad
supposed to rinse
actually,
it?
You take the shower head and just spray it down.
Yeah. Have you asked Michael to shave your back?
My roommate would love that. I would not put my roommate through that kind of
Oh,
mental
it can't be that bad. I mean,
It's like when somebody asks you to pop a pimple on their back. No one wants to do it.
Dang it, why don't you just embrace your hairiness?
No. Okay, no. I'm not gonna do that. Like, I'm not doing anything about the chest, which is actually more hairy, but that's, like, acceptable, okay?
I think that's manly.
With my back, it's just fucking disgusting, okay? Because it is just, like, there was a point when my lower back hair, you could physically reach down there, grab it, and pull.
ew.
That's
It was so bad. I could actually
Ew, lower back too. Ew.
Yeah, and then it just shoots up the entire back. It's all over my shoulders. But there's a weird. I think I was born in the Illuminati because there's this weird. I call it the Bermuda Triangle. There's a weird triangle on my back. It's dead center of my back where there's no hair grows.
That's
That's
pretty
weird.
awesome.
I mean, it's probably. I might have dropped the razor on there a couple times, just killed every follicle in sight. But I am the oddest. I have the most weird body I've ever seen.
What about waxing?
You are a genetic specimen. I'll give you that. Not in a good way.
Yeah, I'm not like a LeBron James genetic specimen. So that's my story. I'm over here pinching pennies over here trying to get this laser hair removal just so I can be presentable to a woman.
Everyone's just hating on you.
We haven't heard a story out of Olsen yet.
I don't have any
he
stories.
cut his finger or some shit. It was
Well, no,
terrifying.
he doesn't know how to use lotion, so it dried out and cracked.
Well, no,
dry
I use lotion
crack?
every day. I just have issues with dry skin on my fingers. I don't understand. It's ridiculous.
Have you
I
seen?
use papers every day.
Hey, do you understand there are doctors that specialize in skin?
Yeah, go to the dermatologist. You know what happened last when I was at the dermatologist? I was there
What
for 2 hours. I got fucking livid, and I screamed at everyone I left.
You did not scream. I guarantee you.
No,
did
I
not.
didn't scream or left. I bitched to Kim the whole time. Kim's my mother.
Oh, poor Kim. Jeez.
He complained.
Mom, this is
so the
ridiculous. We've been here
story-
2 hours.
So the story went from I screamed at everyone and left to we walked out and I complained to my mother.
I took my wife to the dermatologist once, and I wore shorts. And then I looked around when I was sitting in this chair that my bare legs were touching, and looked around at all the hideous people sitting in this waiting room, and immediately started like sweating and having a panic attack.
People. The dermatologist once a year to check up on the moles that they cut out. Yeah, I got moles too. Okay, so this is another thing about my body. They chopped.
So you
they
need to
chopped
listen
people out.
for the listeners. You need to list all the issues that your body has.
Oh, list.
We got about
That's
15 minutes.
That's gonna be its own separate episode.
I was gonna say, are we just gonna make this episode the Deck and Shitty Body episode?
How about we have listeners send ridiculous traits about their body to us, and we'll read them on the podcast.
Please
Yes.
do, and I'll actually no. Let's do that.
Please
Let's
share
send us-
please
send
share
us-
your grotesquities.
Send
Just
us
made
your
up a word.
grotesquities, and I will try to top them because I bet I might be able to.
I bet you someone on this podcast can top whatever weird thing your body does out there. So accept our challenge and please send them to us.
I mean, what if some of the people that could pop their eyeballs out of their head?
Shut up. That's all I'm gonna say.
Son, make
I
note.
like
We're
this
making a
place.
Tumblr.
Tumblr.
We're not
Oh,
making
my.
Tumblr.
Yeah, because people can
want-
anonymously submit things to Tumblr and we read them on the podcast.
Why? We already have a pug. We might as well be.
All right, I have a I'm gonna propose a question to you guys. If a tree falls in the woods, does it make a sound?
Yes.
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 I'm gonna argue no, it does not. The tree falls, it makes vibrations through the air, but if nothing's around to interpret those vibrations, there's no sound.
Does a deer count?
Yeah, if there was a deer around, it would make a sound then.
Vibrations are what you make.
It's just like color is something just completely made up by our eyes.
Vibrations.
True. It's kind of like it's not the size of the ship; it's the motion of the ocean. Take you all right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm not quite sure that analogy fits, but we'll go with it.
You got those ones that go, and then you got the ones that go.
Talking about bees now?
The pulsating.
That's vol.
The
Those are
pulse
vibrations.
setting.
Then you got the. You got those ones.
I think it's about 1999 flip phones.
Even that made his way into his wife's sock drawer.
Oh, she was on a lot of phones in there.
The 1999 phones were. Those sounds were. Got a lot of phones in there. We gotta cut that. Come on.
No, leave that in. That is the funny ass thing.
We can't disrespect my
Oh,
marriage.
it's gonna. You said it, it's gonna be on there.
Of course we can.
If you don't want something on the podcast, don't say it.
Dude, don't
Yeah,
get
if you-
married and the issue solved.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna tell your wife to specifically listen to this one.
No, please don't.
I'm gonna tell your wife that first and foremost you have herpes of the mouth. And
That's
secondly, to
first on the
listen to this
agenda.
podcast.
Oh, man.
First things first.
I bought a new
First.
candle.
Oh, nice. What's that?
It's apricot rosewater.
Olsen has
Yeah.
a good smelling candle. It's what's it called, Olsen?
Oh, the knockoff Bath and Body Works
Yeah.
ones from Walmart.
Yeah, it's called Mama
better
Sweet
bug.
Queef.
What?
It's a nice warming smell.
Nice and moist.
We might need to cut that part.
It cuts through your neighbor's walls too. Everybody smells that one.
Everybody. We're
Back to the candle for real, guys. Everyone be aware. Walmart has Bath and Body Works knockoff candles.
What are the Better Homes?
I don't know. It's got a silver lid.
That's what I bought.
But Bath and Body Works carries a candle called Mahogany Teakwood. But Walmart carries one called Mahogany Driftwood. Yes, Driftwood, people. But it smells exactly the same.
There's nothing wrong with taking the cheaper option.
No.
No, it's just Driftwood. Just sounds ridiculous.
I do it
Do they smell the
24/7,
same?
if you knew
Exactly the same.
Oh yeah, there you go.
that. I mean, they're probably made in the same place. Just slap a different label on.
The wax is a different color.
It's like
Oh,
Cheetos and
God.
cheesy poofs.
Oh, dude, oh my god, dude. Like, an example of going cheaper, them dandy cheesy poofs. that my
Dandy
girl
cheesy-
used to buy. Oh my
Those are
god.
good.
I would smash those things 24/7. Just like,
Now-
just like a bigger girl. I'd
There are
smash
certain-
24/7.
certain scenarios where you don't want to go off-brand. I'm gonna lead off with
Oh,
Heinz
I-
ketchup here. You
I
have
will
to stick
agree
with
with you
Heinz.
I will agree with you. You do not want to go off brand on certain food items, but other
Ketchup.
food items it's perfectly fine. Like
Tell me
rice
one
Chex,
person
rice
out-
Chex cereal, you can go Walmart brand. It tastes exactly the same.
I challenge somebody out there
I mean,
to tell me
there's
they
only
like
so much
Heinz
you can do
ketchup
with
better than
rice.
Heinz.
Is that a challenge?
I challenge. Nobody out there genuinely likes Heinz ketchup better than Heinz. It's impossible.
No,
Heinz, not a sponsor.
No, they're not a sponsor. Heinz, please don't sue
Not
us.
good.
not
They
yet.
could be a
Why
sponsor
would
though.
they sue us? We're hyping them up,
Yeah,
I don't know.
Free-
They didn't give us permission to talk about them in
free
general.
marketing.
dude.
Free
we gotta-
marketing.
Dude, that's his city. All right, we can talk about.
Yeah, my city was built on Heinz ketchup
We
and,
built this city.
and tough defenses.
Guess where he's from, folks?
Little thing called the Steel Curtain. Ever heard of it? Here we go, Steelers. Here we go.
Okay, you're derailing the whole podcast.
Let's go
That's
Pens.
Let's go
That's
Bucks. Let's go Bucks.
Like Milwaukee Bucks or the Tampa Bay Bucks? What Bucks are you talking about?
The Pirates.
You said Bucks.
No, they're
The
called
Buckaroos.
The Buccos.
You mean-
The Bucks. The
Yeah,
Buccaneers.
like Tampa Bay. That's a
I
different
don't
team.
get it either.
No,
But
they're
you
the
said
Pirates.
the Buccaneers.
It's jackass Pittsburgh folk.
Raise the Jolly Pirate. Is that what it is?
Their nickname is the Bucks.
Like the Milwaukee Bucks?
Just like the Penguins' nickname is the Pens. Just like the Browns.
Are great.
Oh.
Oh,
Wow.
Hey,
I
don't
don't
talk like
even-
that. Johnny Manziel come knock you the out.
Yeah,
Ooh.
wearing his wig and sunglasses. So did you guys see about the new Tesla car? $30,000.
$35,000.
$35,000.
My
But then what's
V.
your tax? But then what's your taxes?
Yeah, you get like a nice like $7,500.
What kind of rebate am I getting?
$100 rebate. It's on your tax
Cool.
return.
Nice.
But it won't be cool to have a Tesla because everyone's gonna have one. It won't be cool
I
anymore.
never-
So
I mean, was it ever cool to have a Tesla?
yeah, because they were like 160 teeth and they were really, really badass.
I mean, it's also kind of cool to not have to get gas.
You might as well get a
That'd be-
Prius.
I'll
No.
agree. It's pretty cool that we're not. It's pretty cool to not burn up the
I
ozone
mean, that's
layer.
technically not because you still have to, burn coal to generate the electricity to charge the car.
Or you use nuclear power like we do here in my city.
So
I'm
The-
I'm about to get an electric car just so I can have full dibs on the garage because I need to charge it.
oh yeah.
Nice
a good
power
excuse.
move. Power move. I like
So
it.
the Tesla car has electric all-wheel drive instead of mechanical all-wheel drive.
Yes.
That's pretty
I'm
impressive.
guessing it works kind of. It's probably 4 separate electric motors. Is that how that would work with all-wheel drive? I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Two different motors. Two motors are better than
Okay.
one engine. So yeah, it's two.
I mean, I'm trying to pull up some specs on it right now. All I know is I want the one. It's definitely not the $35,000 one, but I want the one where you can press a button on your key fob and it automatically drives to wherever you're at.
That is pretty sweet.
That doesn't exist.
Oh
yet.
yes, it does.
That's like
Not in production
that's like
to be
when you
sold,
whistle for your horse
but
in
it
Red
does
Dead
exist.
Redemption and it comes
They
to
It
do
is
have-
built.
They do have one now for sale. I saw it was actually a video of someone that had it at their house. You could pull it to your garage and get out and push a button and it pulls into your garage.
That's pretty impressive. That's cool. Very
That's
impressive.
probably, I'm assuming that's like the $80,000 one at minimum.
So do you have to like? I don't know how do you do that. Do you have to? I don't know how that works. How
Cameras.
does it pull in? Does it just know?
You slide it up, and then you use the sensors to get up by the wall.
Does it navigate itself, or do you have to do it like one time to set it?
No, complete self-driving.
Yeah, I don't think you have to calibrate it.
I think it uses sensors to sense the walls.
I mean,
Okay.
Lou, they have a prototype of one built that uses GPS, and you just press the button on your key fob, and it finds you.
Oh, hey, Mike's in here.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah,
Hey.
everybody. Mike's on the podcast now.
Welcome.
good
Welcome.
evening.
Dustin.
Got any
Yes.
input on the new Tesla, $35,000 model?
So we're
Two motors
about
better than
the
one
Tesla.
engine?
It's going to be unveiled March 31st. Am I correct?
Wow.
Yeah, I'm actually reading on I'm actually reading on it right now. They're saying March 31st is when you can start, like you can reserve one and make a deposit. When you'll actually get one is they'll start delivering them in late 2017. So even if you do reserve one, there's a possibility you won't get one until 2018.
Wow.
Big
Wow.
issue,
I actually
big
just
issue
read
with
that now.
That
Big
kinda
issue with
sucks.
that is that tax credit that you get is not, or a lifelong tax credit has to be renewed every year. So there could be issues where that tax credit goes away and you don't get that $7,500 anymore.
I'm sure they
Which
would grandfather.
There's a
that
huge
in.
debt in that vehicle's paint.
Well, I thought you
amount.
just get it like when you buy it, that one time.
Nope.
It's a
No,
lump
no,
sum, Olson. So what it is, so you're paying 35 grand for a car. Now, if you buy a hybrid now, any other hybrid, say it's Chevy Volt, I mean, yeah, you get a tax credit, but you're not, I mean, I wouldn't expect to get that yearly. That seems ridiculous.
There's a $7,500 income tax credit. That's the $7,500. It might not be strictly the income tax, but it's to the government, and that might go away. Like that's not like a given that'll be here in 2017 when you pay for
you're
the
saying
car.
just overall.
Yes. So the car might be with that credit, and if you get that one, and there's another credit you can get. I mean, that car only costs like
2,500.
20. Yeah, that car only costs like $25,000. That's like you can buy like a Toyota.
I would not buy a Toyota for $25,000.
Anyone else got input on the Tesla? Anyone excited about it?
It's cool.
I mean, I'm not gonna buy one. I'm never gonna
I mean,
own one.
if I can get an electric car for $35,000, I'm doing it.
But can't
I
you
mean-
get a Volt for pretty cheap?
Oh, hold on.
No,
I'll give you
not
a brief.
35.
I mean, I'll give a brief overview of my thought real quick, just because I hopped in late, if you don't mind.
Go for it.
Go for it.
So anyway, the Tesla, 35 grand. Okay, so say the federal tax credit stays with you. You get $75,000 when you buy a car. Sorry, $7,500.
40 grand.
Sorry, you don't get, you don't get paid for it.
I'll take 3.
So that brings it down to a really good price point, and supposedly the range on the electric battery is supposed to be on par with the Model S, which is about what, 200 some miles.
Yeah, 250.
So that right there alone, I mean, that's a pretty good bargaining point at that cost. Plus all the autonomous features, all the upgraded technology that you can. Yeah, it'll up the cost of it in general. They are nice. I don't know. I think I would, like, if timing was right, my lease was up, I was needing a new car, I would totally buy that.
Yeah.
See, now Olson, you countered with the Chevy Volt. I mean, come on.
Let's be
Look at
real.
that thing.
No, my only thought with this Tesla being only 35 is I wonder how many of the luxury features it's going to lose to get that price point.
Well, that's always going to be an upgradable option. And
Like,
I
are we
think-
talking this? We talking we're going to get a Prius that says Tesla? I mean, we can get a Civic that says.
Don't insult Elon Musk. Okay.
Please.
Listen,
This Prius.
my only argument against the car, my only real argument against the car is the mileage. 250 is good, but if you're going anywhere, like on a trip, that's the only car you have. How
That's
fast
why-
is it charge?
Have you looked at the maps? Have you looked at the maps for the Tesla superchargers in the year 2017, 2018? What's projected to be in the country? It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
They're everywhere.
I mean,
So if you're going on a trip, they are strategically placed along major highways in the country. I
Oh,
think it's
yeah.
useful.
but I'm not buying a Tesla.
They are all the way across the major
I'm not
highways.
going out there and putting a down payment on this Tesla and saying I'm going to take a trip in 2018 after I get it, and then hoping that they come through on the projections and put the charging stations up. Because if they don't, I'm
Right. I mean, that's true.
No, I would never
That's
put a
valid.
down payment. I would want to see them before.
I mean, you
pay for it.
could fix that problem by flying everywhere.
I mean, I do enjoy flying.
Flying is cool.
I think the listeners need to know that Elon Musk is probably the spirit animal of this podcast.
We're going to Mars, guys.
I would
Everyone
agree
here
with
is a
that.
big fan.
Totally
I've
agree
been
with
in here. I've been raging in here about 7 minutes, and I got that feels already. So.
Do Did you guys know that Elon Musk said he wants to nuke Mars to make it more habitable?
Yes.
Yeah, I did see that.
I mean, the
I didn't-
dude's
I didn't-
smart,
yeah.
but he's crazy.
I didn't read the whole
Basically,
article
the idea is
though.
you drop an exorbitant amount of nuclear warheads on the poles of Mars, melting all the ice, and releasing a bunch of CO2 up into the atmosphere to make it warmer.
All right.
Visionary. He's a visionary.
To
There you
make
go.
it warmer, would it be way too hot during the day though?
I mean,
Exponentially
also
hotter
make it
during
way
the day.
too radioactive during the day, but that's
That
another
too.
thing.
I mean,
That too.
Yeah, but the idea is that there's not really much atmosphere now, so if you get all that water vapor and all the other in the CO2 that's trapped in the ice up into the air, it'll help generate more of an atmosphere.
Wait, so is he for real
Yeah.
about that?
It's not
I mean,
going to
it's
happen,
not gonna
but
happen.
he proposed
Oh,
the
yeah.
idea.
I'll find his personal email.
I mean, he said he's going to be on. He plans to get to Mars by 2020, I believe. Him personally.
that's awesome.
That's soon. That's very soon.
Yeah,
One large area that they're missing with these superchargers is 77.
Oh my gosh, Olson.
right now.
I mean, look at
Are you looking at
that's all.
today or
right
the-
now?
Olson.
Like, we cannot go from our hometown to Myrtle Beach. We would never. There's only one.
Oh wow, that's something that needs to happen all the time, isn't it?
I
That
mean,
Myrtle
good
Beach
thing-
trip, it's
No, I'm saying in general.
I
If you're
mean-
going 77 south from our area, is how you get to the south. Which is how you
Olson,
go.
I just I want to counter here real quick. So
Yeah.
I'm not going to be taking my two-person car if I'm going on a family vacation to say Myrtle Beach. We're going to have a lot of stuff. I'm not taking a Model S down there. I mean, I'd like to.
But technically, I couldn't go from Pittsburgh to visit my friend in Columbus with that car.
You're right.
Actually, you could.
You're
But I'm
right.
looking on this
That's
map.
an-
You actually could grab. There's a charging station in Wheeling.
I'm not. I don't. Why do I want to stop in Wheeling, West Virginia?
It's actually east of Wheeling. It's actually in a rest
Hometown of
stop.
Brad Paisley, by the way.
It's actually in a rest stop south of Eaton, West Virginia.
So you can get 170 miles on a
Which
half
is
hour of charge.
Literally in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, you're
And
sitting
then
there,
Columbus.
you're sitting there charging your car, and then all you hear is dun 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 dun.
What?
No, that's why we also
Next thing you
offer
know,
a
you're being dragged into the woods by a bunch of hillbillies while they piss on your
All right.
electric car.
No, that's why.
Mhm.
I don't even understand what you're talking about
Outrageous.
there.
Well,
That's
that
why we
out.
offer a drive-in movie theater / charging station. Okay.
That's
Your car
pretty
up,
I mean,
nice.
if you're
wander in, and you'll watch Bad Boys
if
2.
you're at a supercharger, you couldn't even
Bad Boys 2 is still in
you
theaters.
couldn't even watch a whole movie.
I just
Yeah.
I have no idea why I picked Bad Boys 2.
ride together, die together.
You'd be fully charged in like an hour.
All right, then you can
Half
watch
an hour,
it
you're
on your
170,
choice.
170 miles.
Half an hour.
So let's think about all the charging stations they would have. What are all the things they could do at charging stations?
I
Like
mean, you could.
I mean, if they have
Yeah.
quick charge.
a
Restaurant.
strip club while you wait for your car's charges.
Oh my goodness.
have a couple beers at a bar.
A couple beers right before you go back driving again.
Well,
That's good.
I mean, they'll be
Yeah,
self-driving
talk
soon,
about
so.
smart drunk driving.
Well, I mean, your
Yeah.
car drives itself. Who cares if you're drunk?
That's true. That's true.
Boom.
Self-driving
The
cars.
Model S currently has autopilot, basically. It'll stay in the lane for shit
Ooh.
for you.
How does it know if you're in the lane? Does it just look at the?
Looks at the lane markers.
Yeah.
It just looks
Yeah.
at those? Wow.
Auto steer.
Oh. So what if it's like snowy out? Doesn't work then?
Here's the thing. I mean, it maybe
They're
has
doing
the
this in Cali.
similar technology. I know Mercedes-Benz new S-Class has autonomous features as well. I don't know how. I think it uses GPS and like a mapping software, but it could travel up to, I believe, 120 miles an hour without using like items along the road or anything to track itself. So I'm thinking it uses satellite imagery somehow, but it's ridiculous.
That sounds safer.
It's crazy. I don't know, but I don't know. I'd like to see it.
Wouldn't we all?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, but we're all going to be driving self-driving cars. So we're not going to be driving at all.
I can't. I
prefer
can't wait.
driving.
You say that now, but when you get a big spike in your insurance for being a manual driver,
And then
Well,
it'll be
we're
like
gonna-
there'll be that one car that causes like this destructive wreck, and then your insurance will just get demolished for having a computer car.
no, so they're much safer than because humans are dumb. Car can't get drunk.
I like the process or the
Humans don't. Computers smart.
I like the prospect of getting hammered and then just jumping in my car and saying, "Take me home."
That sounds great.
And that would be very handy.
You know what? I like the prospect of sitting there and drinking in the car. That sounds even better.
Yeah, we talked about that. I don't know if that's gonna be illegal.
That
You gotta
still
press
will be
buttons.
illegal because
I
what
mean-
if the car computer breaks and someone's got to drive it?
Yeah,
I
I got
just
a
sit in the
manual.
passenger seat, personally. I mean,
Well, I wasn't driving. I was in the passenger seat. There's a good excuse.
well, we're gonna need like autonomous like public transportation due to all the overpopulation of the world. It's getting outrageous, huh, Durko?
Yeah. We went in depth on that last pod.
I like the idea of having like a robot in the driver's seat driving.
Just like a dummy.
Like an actual robot driver.
Yeah, something to chat with.
C3PO just
Oh.
chilling.
Just tape Siri to your steering wheel.
No,
Well, maybe
I
not Siri. Siri can be a bitch sometimes, but
want it to sound like Codsworth from Fallout.
I'm sure you can modify the voice.
I
You
want
can
it to
make
sound
it.
like Jarvis from Iron
You can
Man.
make it anybody.
Morgan Freeman.
Oh, there it is.
A bunch of voice packs you can download.
Voice associate.
His voice
voice
just
packs.
cradles you to sleep.
It's the future.
Oh yeah,
Voice packs for your automated
It's
car.
the future.
it's like a warm bath.
I want Donald Trump.
Oh, I don't know about
Navigate me.
Well, we're not getting back on that whole bandwagon.
that.
No politics today,
I
guys.
wasn't for politics. I was just.
Oh, so you just want Donald Trump in general?
Yeah.
He's
No,
not
I just
talking
want.
about.
I want him to like. I want him his voice inside my car, and I kind
You
of want a little head with a toupee to like pop up on the dash screen, and be like, "Let's make this trip great again."
Yeah, Donald the
yeah.
celebrity, not Donald the politician.
I don't. I actually don't want either. If anything, I want my own beautiful face staring back at me.
Oh my gosh.
God damn it.
Clean back, of course.
So that laser hair removal.
Death 2.0.
But yeah, so yeah, self-driving cars are gonna start replacing people soon. Semi-truck drivers, they'll be automated.
Hopefully, there's way too many people.
Dude,
Ooh, I have a so real quick last thing on self-driving cars. So Obedix is testing semis like tandem trucks that has the secondary semi behind the first that's just automatically controlled by the first driver. It knows to follow the initial truck. I feel like that's super unsafe.
Are those on the road
Yeah.
already?
what if some like crazy person's driving alongside the second one real quick and it's merged into?
But
Yeah.
apparently they've been testing
There's
it.
all sorts
Like,
of fail-safes.
It's happening.
I don't understand why you think self-driving cars are so dangerous.
That is
No,
totally dangerous.
This is the same as self-driving. This is like it follows
Yeah,
the
but-
first truck. So the first
Yeah.
truck merges, the second truck just merges at the same time.
I'm guessing it's not like direct control.
Probably
It's not
more
like he turns his
intelligent
wheel
than
and that wheel turns.
Okay,
It just follows it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's got to be a time delay. They're not just happening simultaneously.
yeah, I mean it's
Absolutely
And I'm sure it's gonna have smart features. You know, it'll know if there's a car next to it.
crazy.
is there a prospect of having remote controlled cars on the road?
I don't know. I really don't.
Because
I
that's
don't-
what that sounds like.
Right, it does. And it freaks me out that it's a 53-foot giant truck that weighs tons speeding down a highway.
Yeah, that scares
There's
me.
a
that
death machine.
computers driving
It
semis.
scares me that there's people driving for 12 hours straight driving semis.
I
That
would-
scares me way more than computers.
It seems like your reason, your fear is that there's people should just work less hours.
Well, that too.
Durko's pro science. Olson has a reasonable objection, and Durko's going to be like, "But it's
Yeah.
science."
Science.
Telling you, within 5 years, you're gonna start
5 years.
to see completely automated semi trucks. No driver, nobody. They just somebody somewhere on a computer tells it to go from here to here, and it does it.
I could believe that in 5 years. See the start of it.
I believe that.
Absolutely.
Also, the CEO of Uber said he wants to replace all of his drivers eventually with self-driving
Oh,
cars.
that sucks. So many
It's kind of
cars
kind of
gone.
crazy that he said that out loud too while he's trying to hire people. I mean,
Yeah.
it's still a ways away. I would say within 5 years. Within
Y'all looking for
within
part-time
5 years.
employment?
All those people are going. Good luck paying for that.
Within 5 years, Uber will start having driverless cars picking people up.
Maybe
That
like
is a-
one or two.
That's a massive cash outlay.
Yeah, like that's just absurd. The
That-
best part of Uber, he doesn't pay for the cars.
But now he's not paying the drivers. It's
He doesn't have to pay
pure
for the
profit
cars.
once he gets that car.
Yeah, true. I mean, I'm sure like that could just be tested out in like larger cities, larger markets.
Yeah, but think
Obviously,
like
I'm not gonna keep
Yeah,
around Cleveland
like,
in the beginning.
the average Uber ride, like $6, $10. Okay, how much does the driver actually get of that money?
You use Uber a lot differently than a lot of people do because we just use it, to get home from while being drunk.
Wasted.
There's places like
Actually, I
where
feel like we use it like the majority does, but
I feel like
I
that's
feel like we
how-
use it, everyone does. I don't think
Jeez.
people are taking Uber to work every day and
no, in big cities, yeah, there are actually.
they take Uber to work every
Like a
single
lot
day.
of places, like in Britain, Uber's basically like just like a regular taxi people use every day for just in general to go get your groceries with it and stuff.
I feel like that's the minority of people.
In like big cities, like I could see like in New York, they would start phasing out cab drivers basically and replace them with self-driving cars.
Taxi cabs, maybe.
But I'm saying in a lot of bigger cities, Uber is just like a regular taxi cab.
Wait, what's the difference between an Uber and a taxi cab, really, other than the service?
Yeah, it's
The
just
way you call
you
it.
know.
Taxi
Now-
cab is
Well,
crazy.
I mean, if it's self automated, then Uber syncs better with that.
yeah.
Now they got to pay people to clean these things. They got to pay people to fill them up with gas and charge them too.
Well, they don't
I
need
mean-
to pay people to fill them up with gas. They would.
I,
It would
my
be
reason,
electric
I
car
don't know
probably.
how much these Uber drivers make, Like, I feel like an Uber driver makes maybe at most 40% of the fare. At most.
No,
I don't
no.
know.
My boss drives Uber, and I think he said he makes 60 to 70% of the fare.
Wow.
So figure, okay, with 60% of $10 is $6. Uber makes
Also,
4.
can't look at individual things like that. Just look. You have to look at it this way. That's a 60% increase in profits.
Yeah, but what I'm getting at is the buying, maintaining, fueling the cars, washing the cars, all that money.
Yeah, now
I feel like it's a lot more money than 60%. Because at 60%, yes, you're going to make all that money, but you got to buy every car, maintain every car, have people wash
You
every
could
car.
pay like 2 people to maintain that.
Oh, the whole fleet.
Yeah.
2 to maintain an entire fleet for New York City. 2.
Not for New York City.
Well,
I'm saying for like a more smaller area, not New York City.
That would be like Youngstown. Like Cleveland, they'd probably need a 50-person
50 people?
team to make for.
I don't know about 50 people for that.
You gotta have people that work the morning shift, the day shift, the night shift. This is like an all 24-hour operation. This isn't like
Why would you need to clean them all throughout the day? You'd have somebody in the morning. You clean them each
do it at the end
morning.
of the week.
you probably clean them every day.
Yeah,
you gotta clean the insides every day. You're gonna clean the outside every day. You gotta fuel it all day.
You don't need a person to clean the outside.
Yeah, you just have it self-drive through the car wash.
How's it paying for that? The car can't. The car can't stick out its credit card.
It would have basically its own little station.
The
and
car
rinse
can't
often.
pay the fucking car
It would
wash.
they would have their own facility where they would drive through and do all this stuff.
Do you know how much money that would cost? Like, are you thinking about how much money that would cost to build an all automated washing facility for automated cars?
Hey, I'm just telling you what the CEO of Uber wants to do. The guy that actually runs the company
That guy fell
wants
ass
to
backwards
do this.
into this
So.
position. Did you read about how he did this?
Yeah,
How Uber came about?
he's a lucky son of a bitch.
Yeah, he had like a super high-end luxury. He was luxury car pickup service, and all of a sudden he just kind of was like, oh, he kind of fell backwards in this. He's like, oh, this isn't making a ton of money. We'll just do this for cheaper cars, and they started making them. That's how it happened.
Sounds pretty smart.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess. But it's
Well,
not like he thought of.
he's doing
It's
pretty
not like he
well.
thought of. It's not like he thought of Uber today first. He thought of it the other way around. Expensive car pickups that kind of fell backwards into
Well, I
cheap
mean,
car pickups.
sounds like he's done pretty well for himself
Probably.
with a pretty simple idea.
Sounds like he knows more about it than you.
Sounds like a G to me.
I just don't think he wants to put the money in. He's gonna want to put the money in for that massive investment.
Not that big of an investment. Start.
It'd be pretty big.
I mean,
It's not gonna.
I'm-
It's not like.
I am assuming every self-driving car at the beginning is going to cost no less than $60,000.
Okay. I'm not
Like,
saying
really
in
crappy.
one night he's going to replace every single one. It's going to be a gradual thing.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not saying that either, but I'm saying like you're talking about getting facilities that have automated this for every city that has Ubers.
Yeah.
You're talking
Yeah,
about
over
hiring
time.
people.
Now you have to store this fleet of cars too.
Yeah.
Just keep on driving.
Just running 24 hours a day.
You now have to have upkeep on these. You have to clean them. You have to have maintenance. You have to store them somewhere.
Okay.
All
This
changes.
is in
tire
total
rotations.
it is a multi-billion-dollar
I mean,
thing that they would have to
regular
spend.
taxi companies do
What they
this.
need to do is pair up with Elon Musk and use Tesla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh yeah.
And then we
But
get self-driving
why
cars.
would anyone use Uber if they have their own self-driving car?
Because it's a
though?
lot cheaper to use an Uber than it is to buy a self-driving car yourself.
I mean, not
In the
an
short
aggregate,
run,
though. Like,
maybe.
that's the exact same logic you're using. That every time you pay for Uber, you could just put that money towards your own car.
Exactly. In the long run, you have your own car.
Yeah,
Then
in the
you
long run,
wouldn't
it's
go
better off.
anywhere.
Yeah, but you're going to need a ride before sometime you'll need a ride places before you can afford a car.
But no,
Yeah,
it's like
well,
what I'm saying is you get a
you're gonna
loan
balls
and
on
pay
the
off your
ice.
car, not
Technically,
save that $6 every time you're supposed to take an Uber. I'm saying you just buy a car with a loan.
And then
And
a
you
lot
just
of people
don't
in bigger
take
cities
Ubers.
don't even
Yeah,
want
if
to
you
own
just set
cars.
that money aside, you
I
wouldn't
don't
go
think
anywhere.
I don't
$6 Uber drive. That's pretty short.
technically, you have to pay that $6 to go buy your car, unless you're gonna walk there.
You would.
Yeah.
I would say on average Uber's a
Uber-
$10 ride there and back. So if you're going,
Uber truly has our balls in a vice.
Hmm.
That's what I've learned.
Well, I mean,
So-
if you're buying a self-driving car, you probably just buy it online and press a button, it'll drive to your house.
Like I said before, it's like whistling for your horse in Red Dead Redemption. It just shows up.
I mean, that's basically
it
it.
just pops out of nowhere.
What
I want to
Tesla
do
would
that.
do.
Whistle, my car pops up. That's awesome.
You know what I want to do though? I want to control on the app where I call the car to my house. I want to control it so I can roll the windows down and have like my choice of music playing when it pulls up to get me.
So,
I'm
Same.
sure there'll be an
much.
app for that.
There is.
I mean, no, there's like
There
remote,
is.
remote starts. Like, remote starts right now will tell you what temperature it is and it'll turn the heater on if it's cold and stuff
Well,
like that.
you
So that's
can-
not too far out of the way.
No,
Oh,
you
like,
can literally control your Tesla Model S and one of Mercedes' new cars. You could control it with an app, and you could pull it out of your garage with your
Yeah.
phone.
Yeah, but can you roll down the windows and
mean-
play the Imperial March as it rolls
Will
up?
it adjust your seat for you?
I could double-click my unlock button, and it rolls down my windows now. So I would hope so. I don't know.
Oh, will it?
And I'm sure you could and then you just pair your phone with it, and there you go. Play your music, roll down your windows, drive it up to you. Already can do it.
All right.
Huh, yeah.
All right, good talk.
Self-driving cars, they're the future.
Good tangent talk.
That was a tangent talk. Hey, we did it.
Oh, we did.
We
Good
did
episode.
actually we did tangent. We kind of got the Uber thing and all that.
Woo.
Shit.
It's pretty good considering we started on my back hair.
Woo. Yeah.
We talked
I
about
missed
another
a
thing.
lot.
We talked about another troubling topic.
Yeah. Okay. So what? We got a troubling topic. Who's got one?
I got a slightly troubling topic.
Okay.
What?
People in the world's unwillingness to be social outside of their houses.
Do you want me
What's
to?
wrong with that?
You want me to
It's
introduce this?
slightly disturbing
Nah, there's no need to be social.
For you?
for everybody.
No, not for
Yeah.
everybody.
Like everyone, like it is. Like people are like, I don't want to go to the grocery store. I'll be around people. Like, good God.
Okay.
Like,
Well, what's wrong with that? You told her
Are you-
offline.
Are you
Like,
trying to
get out
to
of your
call
house.
someone out? Are you trying to call a member of this group out? Right?
no, I was
Yeah.
saying Dirko does all the time on Amazon. I piss me off. No, just in general. Like he just said about like when I actually made me think of this when he's like, you can just order your car from me out, so I haven't got to go anywhere.
I mean, the idea behind that comment was if you don't have a car, how
Don't-
do you go
Yeah.
get a
I
car?
mean, that'd be pretty.
It's
cool.
weird to me that people like don't want to go out and do stuff. Like they want to stay inside and not.
It's
talk.
weird. It's weird to you.
It's weird. It's odd in general.
They got shit to do. They don't want people seeing them.
No, it's not about. No, it's not about that. It's like people I feel like are afraid to go out in public and speak to people.
That's just an inconvenience.
This world's gonna turn into a place where no one ever leaves their house and it's just silence.
Oh, I can't
Well,
wait.
they think it's weird that you want to go out
You
and
can talk to people on the internet, Olsen. You don't need to go out to talk to people. Well, I'm talking to you guys from
Oh
the.
my
I'm talking to you
God.
guys from my house right now.
internet friends.
Oh my gosh.
Don't
We know
worry
each other
about
in real life.
Is this not real life that we're talking right now?
IRL.
Don't get meta.
Is this
Stop it.
imaginary in my head?
Can I lead with a Harry Potter quote? Of course, this
Sure.
is happening on the internet. Well, I'm going to slightly modify it if that's okay.
Here we
Okay.
go.
Of course, this is happening on the internet. Why does that mean it's not real?
Yeah, there you go.
True.
That's Harry Potter.
Maybe that's just me. I feel like our society is spiraling into a place where like people are only going to speak electronically and never actually see anyone in person.
I don't think that's what's happening.
Because people don't want to go to the store and deal with strangers.
Stranger
I don't like
danger.
dealing with strangers.
I mean,
People are
do you really
gross.
want to walk into the Walmart and have to smell those
The-
people that are in there?
No, I actually
The
had a
worst
terrible
Kmart in the world.
Here-
I actually had a terrible experience at Walmart the other day. But my thing is like being just out and about around people in general is nice, other than just sitting in your house. When you need things, you go on Amazon and then you get your toilet paper 2 days later. Instead of going to the store down the street and getting your toilet paper now.
But like I'm saying, like buying electronics, like it's such a hassle to go all the way out to Best Buy, figure out which thing you want. It's so much easier just to be able to shop online, look at all the differences.
Yeah, I do that and then I get the car
Everything's
out.
online
But
too.
by the time I drive to the place, because I'm not just gonna get up and go, gotta find what day I'm gonna go, run all my errands on one day, and it's just a hassle.
You have 8 hours of free time every single day. You can go any day.
But I don't want to,
But that's what I'm saying. Why?
because it's a hassle. It's an inconvenience to drive all the way out to the mall.
Olsen, I think it
It's
comes
really
down
not,
to more. I think it's more laziness than social anxiety.
Time is money.
True.
That hour it takes
Time
me
is
to go
money.
down there and get it, I just burned some time money there. I just add an extra $26.50 to the price of whatever I just
Dirk
bought.
burns his time on Reddit.
Literally, I just walk in there, get what I'm getting, and I leave. Unless I want to go look around.
You're not even being social. I don't understand your argument. Just because you're going somewhere, you're being social.
It's just being outside around people, not being a hermit in your house.
How's that being social though?
You go buy something
not
at the
being
store.
social, but it's not
At
being a
most, what do
hermit.
you say? Thank you. That's like the only words you'll speak the whole time.
I like going to the store because generally old ladies will smile at me and it makes me feel good about myself.
I agree.
That's kind of what I'm getting at. There's people that like never leave their house and they're just like depressed and they're sad and they're like, whoa, this and that. Just go out and be outside and be around people and don't be a
I
damn
mean, I
hermit.
don't think that'll help.
Yeah, I don't know. There's nothing. Going outside and being around people and not talking to them, it's not any different. I don't understand.
I don't know. Sometimes I generally just enjoy going to the store and being outside, not my apartment.
I don't know. Maybe you're a happy-go-lucky individual.
I like talking to people at the store or in public, but my wife yells at me when I do it.
That's because she's jealous. She's overprotective of her man. She don't want you shooting the shit with no hot ladies.
No, she gets
Yeah.
really embarrassed when I like tell horrible jokes to waitresses. Or...
You are an old man.
That's because you're practically a dad right now.
You guys are
What-
outrageous.
What's the last brand of shoe you wore to not work, Joshua?
Nike.
Damn it!
I'm never gonna wear New
The
Balance.
dads too.
Oh,
Guys,
that's
there's
really
a guy
pop.
that works at the Planet Fitness by me that wears plain white New Balances.
The
Dad
dad
twos.
Hey, I
That's
used to.
fours. Oh man.
I used to
I
wear dad
didn't know they
twos.
released those yet.
Yeah, dude, they just dropped this
Oh,
one.
they just
Cop 'em while
popped
you
out.
can.
Snagged me
Wow.
a pair yesterday.
Cop them while you can. No, I used to rock the dad twos because they used to have a very wide foot. I'd have to get 40. I'd have to get 4W.
That
Like a
kind of
hobbit.
wide set.
They're like a hobbit.
So yeah, I would have to get the dad twos
You are
back in the day.
weird.
And that
The
is
dad,
another
the dad
dad
threes
bod
narrowed down a
issue.
little bit.
We've covered a lot of your anatomy today.
Oh, we're not even a quarter of the way.
We haven't even scratched the surface, guys.
Ugh. Ugh, I don't want to scratch
I might have to.
this.
It'd get on your nails, under your nails.
Mike was on here earlier.
He'll hear
We
it.
encouraged the listeners to send in their weird body traits to our email so we can read them on the podcast.
I have elf ears. They don't want them now.
disgusting.
These guys already know.
Olson likes to flick Lou's ears and it hurts.
They're sensitive tips.
Olson's a damn weirdo. So.
Guys, we really need to post pictures. We gotta post Blue's.
Yeah, we're gonna post pictures of Lou's ear tips on it.
I want to post pictures. Of
Oh,
my
guys.
So, did anybody in here see The Martian yet?
Yes,
Yeah.
1,000
I
times. I watch it every day. I'm doing
watched it.
homework.
I watched
It's amazing.
It. I actually in comparison to the book, it kind of slipped.
I thought so too.
Yeah.
That's how every movie is, I feel like, except for
I
Harry
think-
Potter.
One of my favorite.
No,
parts of the
Lou,
book-
do not get me started.
Okay, I won't.
Harry Potter movies
I
suck.
said I won't. I did. Well, I didn't
You
suck.
No
Well, they didn't
spoilers
say-
on here, just so you know.
Those are pretty big movies.
I'm not saying they sucked. I'm saying that particular. I mean, there's ones in particular, Half-Blood Prince, that did not hold up at all either. But we're not. I'll start my own podcast talking about those ones.
Wait, I lost audio. Deck, did you say the book is better or the movie's better for Mark?
What the hell do you think? Oh, The Martian?
The book was better, I thought.
Yeah, I believe the book was better. I believe they left out some key character development points.
It changes the tone, doesn't it?
I like
Yeah,
the
the tone
book
changed
with
a
the
little
drill. He screwed everything up
Jumping on the roof of the car.
with the drill, like letting it get grounded or coming on. Whatever happened, I don't know the scientific term, but it shorted everything out.
Yeah.
I thought that would have been a good scene in the movie because it fried his communications with Earth.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I remember.
I thought that I was like waiting for that to happen. I was all nervous for it. And it never happened.
See, they caught you off guard.
They
Matt
did.
Damon's a tricky little
He's
sucker.
Matt
He's a
Damon.
wily bastard.
Can I make a statement right now? Actually, no, I'm not gonna do it.
No, do it.
Make
Do
an
it.
observation. Go ahead.
No, Lou, I'll still loan you the book once I see you again.
If it ever happens.
It's been
If that
about a
ever
month.
happens. Ever.
It's
Yeah.
been about a month since I promised him I'd let him borrow this book. It's still sitting on my dresser.
Has anybody in here not read Harry Potter?
I haven't read it.
I read the first 3. That was it.
Didn't read any of it.
Durko doesn't know how to read.
Oh, he listens to audiobooks.
Yeah. Right now would be a perfect time for.
Audible.com. Get all your favorite ebooks read to you in the car.
Right into your
And
brain.
Why you don't drive that car.
Use the promo code Tangent Talks on Audible.com to get a free trial.
Which maybe it'll exist, but probably not.
that work?
We haven't been approved to read it.
Disclaimer, that won't work.
Ignore everything I just said, so we don't.
Disclaimer: it's not true. It's not.
You can get your audible. You can get your audiobook. Listen to it in your car that Elon Musk is controlling. Thanks. I had a thing going, and you just ruined it with your little trumpet.
I'm sorry.
Sad trumpet. The sad trumpet.
Alright.
Yeah, the sad trumpet you can play every time I speak. Apparently.
Oh.
Declan, you lead a sad life.
What did we learn today?
I learned that when
Against Harry.
I'm performing an audit at a client, I need to write my name on my cup so I don't drink out of the wrong person's cup.
Anything else we learned today?
At work, I discussed manual load dump, which sounds very disgusting, but it's about dumping customers.
I was referring to the
A lot of
podcast,
pushing.
but
A lot of pushing. A lot of sphincter pushing.
Oh, sphincter pushing.
No, that's it.
So that's the show, folks. Want
Mhm.
to get a hold of us? We're at Tangent Talks on Twitter. You can email us at tangenttalkspodcast@gmail.com, or you
Oh,
can
yeah.
search for us on YouTube.
Hmm.
See you next week.
See you next week.
Bye, we're leaving now.
I'll never
Love
do this
you.
podcast again.
Mine?
Mike.
Mine? 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 Mine?
Did you get my
boo.